Storms are lining up right now. It is Saturday. It is about 1:30 p.m. and already we're seeing on your screen a line of strong thunderstorms beginning to slide toward the east of Interstate 71. They're stretching in from the Mentor area, Paynesville, Perry, all the way down into the Akron area now. It's getting ready to get wet in Akron. Rittman, Worcester, you're getting showers and storms as well. Thanks for joining me here on Instagram. We're just putting that on live right now, as well as Facebook, as well as LinkedIn, as well as YouTube. And of course, in YouTube and in Facebook, you can leave comments and we can answer your comments. There's Mason already. Look at that. There's Mason already on YouTube. Love seeing that. Hello from Orville, says Audrey. Starting to rain here. Yes, indeed. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to widen out our view. And what I've got on the map for now is the current temperature regime. And where you see the temps out here toward Youngstown, Boardman, 77, 78, Dover, New Philly, 79. This is where the juice is. This is where the best energy is for severe thunderstorms today. Back to the west, it's already 64 in Norwalk. There's stable air there. I think Cleveland is out of the woods for severe storms. Look at that. Temps already 55 degrees. Okay, 72 degrees. Still 72, but those temps are falling thanks to the rain. So the best chance for severe weather today is going to be inside this circle. Okay, inside this circle. Let's draw something. Kind of in here, I think the best chance. Although some of these storms already right now getting a little feisty. We're going to zoom in on this one near Akron, just to the north. This one here, right in there. Let's get rid of that Control-T. Bring it on down. This one's already getting a little feisty. Showing a little hook there near Fair Lawn. It is sliding just to the north of east at about 35 miles per hour. There it is. Boston Heights getting some pretty good rains. So if there's going to be a severe storm, we're going to watch this one in Fair Lawn moving toward Cuyahoga Falls. Also, down the line, there's a pretty feisty cell near Shreve, between Worcester and Shreve. And then farther south, we've got thundery weather developing just outside the viewing area that'll slide in toward Dover, New Philly over the next little while. There's a possibility that we'll have a severe thunderstorm watch issued inside that little circle area that you see there on your screen. Madison here. I love it. Okay. Let's see. I got to get some of your comments on. Hold on. Got to get it over here. See, hello from Uniontown. Edna, yes. Let's show. Currently getting a decent storm in Lancaster. Thank you, Matt. Madison is here. Yep. Mommy of two. Here you go. Listening in Hartville. Linda, thank you very much. Let's see. What about Beach City and Stark County? Well, you're going to have a line of thunderstorms moving in probably within the next 20, 30 minutes, the way it's going right now. Hi from Magnolia. Again, love having our friends from Magnolia there. Let's see who we have. Hudson, it's pouring right now. Mary Ann from YouTube. Raining in Madison. Love that. Canton is here. Yes. So all of you, make sure you like and comment and share to save a life. Share to let your friends and family know what's coming. But again, the temperature map there, where you see the orange colors, you've got middle and upper 70s right there. Behind that, guess where the cold front is? All right, let's show you the cold front. The cold front's right back here. And look at the temps behind the cold front, 47, 48, 49. These are the temps for your evening. If you have dinner plans this evening, you're going to see these temperatures sliding on in. Guardians game is most likely going to be dry for the Guardians game as we get rid of the rain by 6:10. Unfortunately for the Guardians game, you're going to have temps like this, 40s to maybe near 50 to start, falling in and through the 40s during the game. Okay, so there's your cold front. Just coming into Northwest Ohio, out ahead of the front, 79, almost 80 Dover, New Philly, 77 in Carroll County, Youngstown, 77. Even Kent, Ravenna, you're at 75. 74, 75 in Akron. There's Canton at 76. So this is where the best energy is for thunderstorms. Okay, I'm going to get rid of that. We'll show you slight risk in yellow for severe storms. Okay, Where you see the yellow, it's basically east of Interstate 71. The better chance will be in the yellow area, and that's only a slight risk. That's only a slight risk because we had earlier showers, earlier clouds kind of stabilize a lot of the air, but we have unstable air where the warmest temps are. And I just showed you it's basically that I-77 corridor and points east where we'll have the thundery weather. Okay, so we're going to go down the line. We're going to show you some thunderstorms in Ashtabula County. There's some supercell thunderstorms there moving in toward, let's see, that Route 11 corridor, Route 7. There you are, from Conneaut down to Andover. Some pretty good rains there. These are non-severe storms. Orwell, you're getting some rain, but it's not really of consequence. Now we're into North Madison and Perry, and you can see some of the heavier rain moving along that I-90 corridor through Lake County, sliding into Kirtland Hills, Route 306, Route 44, getting pretty wet. Geauga County, western Geauga County getting some pretty good rains. We can go in even further. There's that Route 322 corridor in Chesterland. Yeah, you got a lot of rain coming in. Route 6, Kirtland Hills, you're just starting to dry out. Chagrin Falls, some pretty good heavy rain. These are non-severe storms. Solon, no hail for you today. No hail for you today. I feel really, really bad. I heard that there's a car dealership in the Solon area. The BMW dealership lost $20 million in inventory to that hailstorm 2 days ago. That is crazy. I mean, the hail damage, egg-sized hail. Hold an egg in your hand and then make it weigh a ton and then drop thousands of those hailstones onto cars. Even homes were damaged, siding. You know where you are. If you were in Solon during that storm, make a little comment here. All right, make a little comment for me on how you're doing and what you're hearing. Okay, so going down the line, Twinsburg, you're getting, might be a little bit of hail near Twinsburg. Might be a tiny bit of hail near Twinsburg. We can actually see if there's any hail, okay? Let's go and find some... Let's go and try and find a little bit of derived hail now that we're going to get the color changing here in just a minute. We get a little hail. Twinsburg could be a little hail in there. Definitely some heavy rain. That I-480 Route 14 corridor as it meets up with the turnpike into Streetsboro. Got some pretty good stuff there. You got some heavy rain at Cuyahoga Falls, Stowe, just to the north of Cuyahoga Falls. Akron, you're kind of on the dry side for now, but back downstream, upstream, I should say, toward Wadsworth, you've got some showers coming your way. It doesn't look particularly heavy at this moment in time. Just moderate rain there. Marshallville, here you go down the line. Down the line. Worcester, I'm going to throw on some cell data here. We can take a little look at some of these hail detectors. Moving 51 miles per hour toward the northeast. How about that? Northeast at 51 miles per hour. Here's moving at 53 miles per hour toward the northeast. Yeah, all right. Not severe, not severe. How about this one? Moving northeast at 44 miles per hour. So there you have it there. We'll take off the cells. I'm hoping I get some hail algorithms on here. Are we seeing any hail in any of these storms? You'd see a little coloring on the map if there were any hail in here. And nope, no hail. No hail. That's good news. Okay, we can get off the hail and go back to our reflectivity. There it is. So none of these are severe right now. And the farther east they go, I mean, Cleveland, you're out of the woods for severe weather. Mansfield, no severe weather for you. Worcester, once this little cell gets by, you're okay as well. Strongsville, you're out of the woods for severe weather. All of the storms that are to your east now have the best potential for severe weather, okay? And really, there's nothing firing yet. My hunch is that Youngstown, Pittsburgh, along the Ohio River, that's your best shot at a severe storm today. It's raining pretty good here on my house in Lake County. We can use the rain. Believe it or not, my grass is really greening up. I put down the weed and feed 2 days ago on that. After that heavy rain, I put it down, it dried in, and the dandelions are already fading away. And don't at me about dandelions. There are billions of dandelions around for the bees to land on, just not in my yard. Sorry about that. Just not in my yard. Willoughby. Willoughby, you're out of the woods for severe weather. All right, that's good. Stopped raining already in Oroville. Oh, okay. All right. But you got more rain on the way. Even once this line goes through, you can see behind it, there are more showers. There are more showers coming in. It's a lighter rain. And then the actual cold front is moving into Western Ohio. So these storms are out ahead of the main cold front. But already, even with the rain cooled air, things are cooling down. They are cooling down. Now, I have not loaded the model guidance data yet. You want to see the models for if any snow is in the forecast? Give me a thumbs up or a yes if you want to see the models for for the potential for snow coming up. This is going to be a big time cool down, folks. We're really going to cool it down beginning tonight in the 40s, overnight lows tonight in the 30s. Overnight lows in the 30s tonight. And then I'm thinking we get freeze warnings for Monday morning and Tuesday morning for a lot of you because temps will be in the upper 20s and lower 30s, at least frost warnings. Okay. Well, I appreciate you being here. Dover, Ohio. Dover, you're still in line for a potential severe storm, but really, as I'm looking to your west, I see some rain and thunder, but not a whole lot of. There's nothing real strong about those thunderstorms there. So again, a slight risk in effect. Is it going to stay and stick though when it snows? No, the ground is pretty warm. That's a great question from our YouTube channel, Mommy of Two. Is it going to stick and stay? No, the ground is warm. We've had 5-6 days in a row of 70-degree weather. So I think we're going to be okay. Thank you very much for that kind comment. I appreciate that. From Becca Ann. Sick of the cold. It is still April. I know. From Berlin Heights. Phyllis, thanks for being here. All right, so what I'm going to try and do is load the model guidance. We're going to go with precip, and we're going to look for snow, okay? This is going to take a minute to load, so bear with me here. Already the models are showing up. I'm going to do the 48-hour HRR, the HRRRRR. Okay. All right, I'm going to load that loop so you can see things flashing all over your screen. Don't you worry. There's the main radar. The live radar is still there. It's not moving. You can see it, but now the model data is kind of loading behind it. And that'll show what we need to show you as far as what's coming our way over the next 48 hours. And I do believe there'll be a little pink, maybe a little white showing up there in some of those frames. So we're going to keep a very close eye. Oh, I already see a little bit of white. Some of those spots in western Pennsylvania. Oh, everywhere you see that white showing up. And let's see, what hour are we down to right now? We're to hour 28. That's downloading. It takes a minute or so to bring that in. But you can see that line of thunder showers with some brief moderate to heavy rainfall, generally from Ashtabula County, sliding through eastern Lake County, through western Geauga County, a little sliver of southeastern Cuyahoga County. Now moving in toward the Akron area, but it's a bit north. It's over Worcester now and then sliding south. It's all the way through Mansfield and Ashland, but you're still getting rain. But the main band of potential thunderstorms is basically, let's say, Ashtabula through Chesterland to just north of Akron, right over Worcester, and it's sliding east at about 50 miles per hour now. So they're starting to pick up some speed. No sign of severe weather there. Do you see that white popping up? Holy mackerel. Should we should we turn it off and bring the model data in? Let's try that. Let's try that for now and see how far we get. All right, I'm going to turn off the regular radar data and let's do some. Are you sure you want to? Okay, so here's the thundery weather right now. Now I'm going to take you up hour by hour. This is our computer model guidance, and we're talking about cold weather moving in. So there's your showers, thunderstorms. This is 3:41 p.m. Thundery weather over toward Youngstown is at 4:30. I told you that this severe weather potential is here through about 5 o'clock. And there you have it. So I think the bigger severe weather is going to slide over toward Pittsburgh. And again, Youngstown, you could be in it. Maybe Dover, New Philly. over the next hour or so. But behind that, we just have scattered showers. 5:22. Here's the Guardians game. There could still be a couple of isolated sprinkles around, but the main band of showers and storms, as you can see, into western Pennsylvania. This is 6:13 p.m. today. Here is 7. This is 7:54. Again, we got a few showers kind of hanging out. Wow. Well, hopefully they'll get that Guardians game in. All right, this computer model has some rain all the way up through 9:30, 10 o'clock, 11. There's more rain in there. How about that? How about that? So if you're going out this evening, not only are you going to have a coat with you, but you might have to have the rain gear with you. How crazy is that? All right. So again, leave your likes and comments. Don't forget to share. And if this is your first time with me, make sure you hit that follow button so you're alerted every time I do these things live. I've been doing them all week long. We've had severe weather updates. And if you like these, I'll continue doing these. Maybe I'll shoot for early afternoon every day if this works for you. Just giving you an update before I go into channel 3 and we do it. Do. You miss me every weekday on TV? No, I still am on TV every weekday, but this week I've been on vacation. So I'm still at channel 3. I just decided to come on and do some weather updates while I'm on vacation, just so that I'm still here. Just so you know that I'm still here, okay? Not being rude, but watching the Cavs game. Yeah, okay. Good for you. Judy, I don't blame you. I'm rooting on the Cavs too, but the severe weather will be done before the Cavs play. All right, so now we're getting into 4:15 a.m. Sunday morning. I'm starting to see a little bit of white here and there. There could be a little wet snowflake mixing in with any shower. It's lingering by 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. A couple of isolated flakes toward Dover, New Philly, and toward Youngstown tomorrow morning. Okay, let's see. It's cold enough. Youngstown getting some flakes there tomorrow morning. Oh, we got a little lake effect coming in off the lake tomorrow afternoon. There'll be some instability rain showers in the chilly air. Our highs will be a degree or two either side of 50 tomorrow. So yeah, much cooler tomorrow with those coats and jeans back out of the drawer. As you can see there, you got some lake effect rain shower activity coming off the lake. Maybe even a tiny bit of a pea-sized hail or slush coming out of some of these cells, especially that northern Portage County cell there that's yellow and it's kind of yellow. Okay. Ooh, yeah, you could have some of these instability showers pop and maybe dump a little bit of mush on your car windshield or maybe a tiny ice pellet or two. That's how cold the air is aloft. So we have these little showers. Look at this. This is 8:16 p.m. This is Sunday evening. Oh, now we get a little wet snow mixing in. I'm telling you, some of these on this computer model blowing up bright red, that could be some hail in there. Yeah, definitely some wet snow and hail in any of those bright red echoes there. That's 9:07 p.m. tomorrow evening. Oh my goodness, look at that. I want your comments right now. Okay, you see the blue? That is 9:52 p.m. tomorrow evening. Now, this is one computer guidance product, the high-res rapid refresh, the HRR we call it, HRRR. But it usually does a really good job. All right, there you have some snow, at least hints of it. Is it going to accumulate? It really shouldn't because the ground is very, very warm. If you get a little slush on the windshield, okay. Look at that. Oh my goodness. So you heard it here first that there is snow potential tomorrow night into Monday. Wow. Okay. Even down toward Canton, Youngstown, Willard, Mansfield, Worcester. Those are flakes flying at 1:15 a.m. on Monday morning. Woo. Okay, then we try and dry out a little bit for Monday at 7:09. Wow. Okay, you see the flakes. There's the computer guidance showing the cold air is coming in. And tell me how you feel about that right now in the comments. Tell me how you feel about it. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down whether you want this cold and snow to return after all of these wonderful warm days. I picked the right week to take vacation, didn't I? I picked the right week to take vacation. I think I did. Let's pop that out of there. All right. Pick the right week to take vacation. I agree with you 100%. Okay, I'm going to go back up and we're going to get rid of the model guidance. And go back to the live radar. Go back to the live next rad. Let's turn that on. That should pop on very, very shortly. There you go. Now, what do we have down here? Not quite in our viewing area yet, but these storms are moving up toward Dover, New Philly. These are what's called special weather statement storms. These are strong thunderstorms. So we have a strong thunderstorm here. It's moving just north of Interstate 70, and it's pointing toward Dresden, eventually toward Tuscarawas County, maybe Coshocton. All right, so it's moving north at 56 miles per hour, and max wind gusts right now 45 miles per hour. So increasing severe potential for Coshocton County and the Dover, New Philly area over the next hour. Okay, and that might take it into Carroll County as well. You can see these other thunderstorms here if we put them into motion. Let's get rid of that. So we have special weather statement storms, meaning strong thunderstorms are beginning to pop, but they're just outside our viewing area. Just outside our viewing area. So there they are, Fredericksburg, Millersburg, Dalton, Marshallville, City of Green, you're about to get wet. Akron, you've got some rain. It's light to moderate. There's a couple of feisty cells. Oh, look at this. We got a strong thunderstorm tag for 50-mile-an-hour winds on this cluster that we showed you just a few minutes ago. So here we go. We may have severe weather moving up toward Hiram and Dover in the next few minutes. This one seems to be latching on to some pretty good energy here. So there you have it, moving toward Manaway. So Manaway at 153, Hiram at 159, West Farmington at 212, Andover at 245. So by my watch, it's 152. So you got almost an hour before it gets to Andover. There, okay, almost an hour. And I can show you here, when's the storm going to arrive where you are, okay? We can move this along. So you got 4 minutes and 31 seconds before it gets to, well, 6 minutes and 25 seconds before it gets to the Route 82, Route 88 intersection. And then we'll go up here, the Route 422 and Route 88. I believe this is Garrettsville, I think. Right up in here. This is Route 422, Route 88. This would be Garrettsville, I believe, right here. You can correct me if I'm wrong. All right, so right here, that's 12 minutes away. West Farmington, the storm is about 19, 20 minutes away. Ooh, it's moving. Starting to get a little feisty in here. Look at this. Look at that. Starting to bow a little bit right in here. It's got a little inflow, Boer, bounded weak ecoregion. So this is a supercell thunderstorm. It's trying to spin a little bit. What do you think of that? Any storm from Medina? I think the storm is definitely east of you. Yep, Medina, you got rain. Your thunderstorm, your severe weather chances are 0. Okay, other storms is trying to get going around the City of Green, but this is the strongest cluster right in here, moving north and east at 56 miles per hour, potentially 50-mile-an-hour wind gusts right in here. 50-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Okay, let's take you up and see if we can put it into motion. There it goes. So Manaway, yeah, you got some pretty stiff winds coming your way up toward Route 82. It's moving toward Garrettsville. So Garrettsville is there, and this would be, not Garrettsville. What did I say this was? Well, anyway. So it's not Garrettsville. Well, Stark County, get it. Stark County, you're in line. You're in line. If I widen out our view here, there's some stuff moving into Stark County, and they look like they're trying to intensify a little bit. You can see those storms in Holmes County that'll be sliding up into the Canton area. Well, watch that one carefully. So the severe weather threat is shifting into the slight risk area and it is shifting east-northeast at about 50 miles per hour. Could have some hail in these cells here. The severe weather threat for Sandusky is 0, Wellington 0, Mansfield, Marion 0, even Ashland 0 now. Cleveland, you're out of the woods for severe weather. That line has moved off toward the east. Mahoning County, Austintown. Well, Mahoning County, I think you got you're likely going to have, if there's going to be severe weather in Ohio, I would say from Andover to Dover, New Philly, that area there, Canton. And the farther east these storms go without producing severe weather, we shift that severe weather threat farther and farther east. But already we're getting some strong cells. And if they're going to issue a severe thunderstorm warning, they're going to issue it for the cells that are up in Geauga, southern Geauga, and northern Portage County right now, sliding north and east at about 50 miles per hour. These things are going pretty quickly. So if I'm in West Farmington, if I'm in Garrettsville, if I'm in Cortland, I'm kind of keeping my eye out. All right, so here's this right here. So let me stop it, and let's check out let's check out our velocity. Let's see where the winds are strongest. Give it a minute; it's going to ingest. All right, so right around Manaway, right in here, we're starting to see those brighter pink colors, which tells us that we've got, well, there's 40, 42. Let's go down here to this pink one, 43. So the winds are picking up. All right, they are picking up. So this is intensifying a little bit, as you can see. So right in here, you've got those 40+ mile-an-hour winds. No severe damaging wind gusts yet, and that magical number is 58 miles per hour. But if this storm continues to intensify, we'll see warnings issued. Okay, we'll see warnings issued on this. Boom. Let's go back here. Again, the ETA is a little bit, we got to move it up a little bit. There it is. There's the wind field there on that reflectivity. So there's your strongest cell right there, moving into northern Portage, southern Geauga County, headed toward Trumbull, probably southern Ashtabula County. And remember in my crawl right here, I said the best chance for severe, Andover to Ravenna to Canton to Millersburg, right in there. Okay, and I think the severe weather threat is by Millersburg now, because that cell there, non-severe, that's your best chance for severe weather. So we'll have to move that up to kind of Dover, New Philly. Maybe I should correct it a little bit to Dover, New Philly. By the way, I thank you all the new folks here. We got a lot of you here, which is great. Love having you here on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Instagram. Love having everybody here. Don't forget to hit like. Don't forget to hit share. Let everybody in your family know what's coming our way and what's going on right now. Guardians game could still be wet, and it's going to be cool. Guardians game hits at 6:10. Of course, the Cavaliers. If you're coming downtown for that, I would prepare for cool weather coming out, at least coming out of the stadium, probably going in as well. I think we'll at least be in the 50s going into the ball game and coming out probably in the 40s. All right? Probably in the 40s. So there you have that. And if we're looking for any hail, I'm going to look for a little bit of shear here. Okay, what do I mean by shear? I mean, where's the spin? Okay, where's the spin? So if we look carefully, we can see there's some shear. It shows up as light blue and orange together, okay? So around Manaway, there's just a little tiny bit of spin right in here. And see that way? We can put it into motion so that you can see it. So there's a tiny bit of shear there. Nothing I'm real worried about. Down here, you've got generally straight line wind gusts. You can see those elongated areas of orange. And it just shifted into Broomfield. Got a little bit of shear around Uniontown, a little bit of spin in the atmosphere there. And down toward Massillon. Okay. No tornadic activity right now. That's gate to gate shear. Let's go back to reflectivity. So these little cells here are producing some spin. They're just supercells that are just rotating a little bit. I'm not seeing anything that tells me we've got a tornadic problem, which is good, which is very, very good. Again, this is the worst of the thunder cells right now. And sliding into Hiram, sliding up that Route 422 corridor, Route 88 just to the west of that. Garrettsville looks like you're going to miss at least this one. The one that's south here that's getting stronger, Kent to Brimfield, that's the one that's going to come up and catch Garrettsville. Mogador, Lakemore, City of Green, you got some real nice thundery weather there with some heavy rain. Non-severe at this moment in time. And sliding down toward Dalton, Mount Eaton, Holmesville, Millersburg, just to the east of there, you've got some strong cells. Other strong cells are down here, out of the viewing area, but moving toward the viewing area. Newark, you've got those little, they're called special weather statement polygons around those. That means they're strong thunderstorms moving toward the north and east. Moving at about 45 miles per hour up toward Coshocton, probably eventually into the Dover, New Philly area. No severe warnings as of this moment, but we're here tracking things. There's about a 40% chance they're going to issue a severe thunderstorm watch. My hunch is they do issue a watch box. It's going to be mainly for western Pennsylvania, probably West Virginia, maybe southeast Ohio. It may graze Youngstown, but you know, these storms are moving pretty quickly. Already there's no severe weather threat anymore for Cleveland, for Mansfield, for Ashland. You're done. You got some rain. It's going to be wet for the rest of the afternoon. I did not get any yard work done today. At least I got the plants out and they're getting watered, but I'm going to have to bring them in. If you planted, I know I've been to the garden centers already, and their tomato plants are out, their petunias are out, their tender annuals, we call them, that would get frosted in a hurry, are out on the shelves, ready for you to buy them. But if you planted them already, you basically signed their little death certificate, because it's way too early. And already, I can tell you, Sunday morning we'll be in the 30s. That's not good for anything growing. Monday morning, let's say a low between 27 and 32. Hard freeze for many of you. That's going to kill anything you planted that's a tender annual. Now, you know, your cold weather crops, your spinach, yeah. Your cold weather crops they're very young right now. Radishes, they're just popping through the soil in my yard. They're fine. They're not going to get killed unless a squirrel comes in and digs them up, or a chipmunk, which happens. Your cabbage, your cauliflower should be fine. They're cold weather crops. Your onions will be good. Your garlic will be fine. But I've got a lot of stuff to bring in. Mary doesn't know about it yet. She's going to help me. Right, honey? Mary, you're going to help me bring in all my plants tonight, right? Uh-oh. She just yelled back something ineligible, or that I couldn't tell what she said. You still haven't planted anything because I know Ohio. 100%. But again, there are things you can plant. I planted my peas. They're starting to grow. They're about this tall above ground. That's fine. They'll be okay. Your carrots will be fine because they're this tall. Your beets will be fine. They're this tall. And there's a few inch layer now of warm air that'll be right next to the ground. It's any foliage that you have above ground by, you know, a foot or two that's going to have a problem. Okay? That's going to have a problem. You just threw some cherry tomato seeds. You planted them already, Audrey, in the ground? Sprinkling in Navarre. Awesome. Okay. No hail, I promise. Well, no hail in Solon. That's good news. No hail in Solon. That's what we like to see. No hail in Solon. So here's our strong thunderstorm up here. We've got other thunder cells just to the east of Canton and Dover, or just to the west of Canton, Dover, New Philly. Akron, you're going to get some heavier rains moving in. And here's our... I gotta move that up. Move it up. So here's our cells. I can turn on the cells and we can get a bead on them, okay? We can get a little bead on them. You can see where they're moving. These are not severe cells, but this is the radar telling me the direction they're moving in, and they're moving pretty quickly and pretty fast. Pretty quickly and pretty fast. So if I go here to this storm, it's moving 52 miles an hour toward the northeast. This cell here moving toward Akron is moving 45 miles per hour toward the northeast. You can get the movement here. Now, this one that's got some color to it, it looks like it's colored purple. This one is a stronger thunderstorm, and this is the one we've been tracking. It's moving at 45 miles per hour, so it's slowed down a little bit toward the north and east. Now, that's really, really busy. So I'm going to get rid of the meso, and that should take some of those off. Okay, no. How about the hail? TBS. Okay. All right. Cells. Okay. We don't need those anyway. It just makes everything messy. Everything gets messy. So our strong thunderstorm right here, just to the north of Garrettsville, moving into West Farmington. And I will show you the velocity again. Wait for it to change a little color. There it is. Ooh, look at that. All right, how strong are the wind speeds right along Route 88? Sliding over Route 88 right now. I saw 45 in there. 46 miles per hour there. 46. I'm rounding up. So we've increased our wind speed a little bit. 46 miles per hour. Still not severe. Getting closer to 50. You need 58 miles per hour for a severe thunderstorm. That may still happen. But the higher winds are concentrated right here in the middle, right along between Hiram and West Farmington, right along Route 88 and 422. Okay, right there. Right in there. So some stronger winds. I don't think that's going to take down any trees. It's gonna be pretty gusty. Let's travel down the line a little bit. And again, we're shooting pretty high into the clouds here now, but you're getting close to 50-mile-an-hour winds above the surface here. Did I say a 57? Yeah, 57. But this is above the surface, a couple thousand feet. It may not be reaching the ground right now, which is fine. I don't want any more wind damage here. No wind damage. No wind damage. So there's our velocity. We'll go back to our reflectivity. Thanks, everybody, for being here. We're just tracking strong to severe storms. Nothing severe right now, but we're under a slight risk. There's a small chance they're going to issue some sort of severe thunderstorm watch for Youngstown, Pittsburgh, Bethel Park, down to Parkersburg. We'll see. A 40% chance for that. Look at all the folks I have here. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you. Got a lot of nice little comments coming in. We got some thumbs up and hearts and some hugs and highs, which is great. So we'll see where those storms are moving. That one that's moving up into Trumbull County and eventually toward Andover and Ashtabula County, probably going to lose a little steam here because it's moving up in an area where we've already had a couple of thunderstorms. You can see these thunderstorms here out ahead toward Edinburgh and Erie. They were already down here in northern Trumbull County, so they've stolen some energy. Now, there is energy recharge that's coming up from the south, so it's still going to be, a little feisty cell moving into northern Trumbull County and southern Ashtabula County, but severe weather-wise, odds are against it. These storms down here, Ravenna, getting a nice little cell there, moving in with some moderate rainfall right over the city of Ravenna. Down here, city of Greene, the Akron area around the Kenmore Leg, Central Interchange, got some rain, wet highways and byways. Massillon, there you go. You're getting your thunderstorm right now. Non-severe, but still, you're getting your rain, okay? English, please. Okay, help me out here. Help me out, love pugs. English, please. What did I confuse you with? I did say the S word by Canton. Yes, I did. I think Sunday night into Monday morning, there's going to be some snow. Okay? Well, this technology on air, we have this technology at Channel 3, and we use it when we need to. Okay? We use it when we need to. All right? And this is my own personal radar program that I use here on my laptop. Okay? Do, 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 do. Watching in Northwest Columbiana County. Okay, well, Columbiana County, you're still in that risk for about 78 or 79 where you are. So you still got the juice. Here comes those cells up toward Coshocton now. Those could be strong to severe as they move toward Dover, New Philly, into the Carrollton area, and then across the river toward Pittsburgh. Other cells getting ready to slam Canton. Strong, but not severe. And then we have these stronger cells that are moving up into northern Trumbull County, eventually toward Andover. And then Ashtabula, you're getting some rain. Behind that, it's just generally steady rain, maybe an occasional rumble of thunder. All right, widen out our view here. Widen out our view here. Let's see our good friend Angie Tally. Hi, Mark. Light rain now in Ashtabula. Excellent. I think you're going to be okay because the storms are moving to your east. So that's good news. And once this initial line of storms is through, that's the end of any severe weather threat. Okay, that's the end of any severe weather threat. Will Newcomers Town get hit by this storm? Well, there are several storms lined up. The one that's coming in, oh, you mean the one that's coming out of north of Zanesville? Well, we can go in on that one and see what we can see. Let's see what we can see. Let's stop it. Put it into. All right, let's see if we can get a beat on it. Okay. This is the one you're referring to. Oh, the storm track is still way back here. It needs to reset. It hasn't done that yet. It needs to reset. Let's see if there's a way to. I'm just trying to see what we have for Storm Tracker. Well, we'll figure that out. But definitely it's headed towards southern Tuscarawas County, this little kidney bean shape. And again, that could be severe too. That could be severe. The main threat would be the damaging straight line winds with this, because you can see the kidney bean shape there. It just means it's spinning, and you've got some winds that are coming in on the southern half of it from the backside in that little green area. We call that a rear inflow notch. That just means some of the upper level winds are coming in with the heavy precip is pulling down, the heavy rain is pulling down some stronger winds from aloft, and that's hitting the ground and pushing that into a little bean shape. It's curving it out a little bit, almost into a bow echo. And that's an indicator of some pretty strong winds, okay? Some pretty strong winds. Oh, Beverly, thank you for the comment. Thank you for the comment. Like Tuesday and Wednesday, that's your cold air. That's your frost, okay? Through Tuesday morning. Wednesday will begin to warm up. We should get highs back into the 60s Wednesday. Thank you. Thanks for being here. Excellent, 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 excellent. Glad to hear that. Glad to hear that. You know, if I ever had a weather app, would you guys download it if it was free so that weather updates would come to your phone, even to your TV on your Roku? How many of you would do that? Would you download it and, you know, a free weather app and download it and watch my weather forecasts every day? Would you do that? Okay, I'm liking that. Ooh. Yeah, because, you know, never know what the future holds, right? Never know. Here you are. Big old kidney bean near Dresden, trying to come up toward Newcomers Town, Coshocton, maybe into Dover, New Philly. Here's the other cells that are up toward Brewster, almost into the Canton area. Akron, some rain, non-severe thunderstorms there. And then, of course, we have this strong thunder cell. Maybe a little bit of hail along Route 88 there. Definitely some heavy rain sliding up just to the east of Middlefield. So Route 88, Route 87, those areas there, getting some pretty good rain. Route 88, Route 87, Route 422, Middlefield, West Farmington, and then up toward Orwell, you got some stuff headed your way. I do want to check out the wind speeds. All right, we're going to go back and talk about some wind speeds here. Wait for it to load. Still down around West Farmington. That's where we're seeing the highest winds. And right now, those winds are still in that 40, 45 mile an hour range. So there's 42, 43, 40, 45, 46. Okay, so no 58, no 60. So these are non-severe cells, some pretty gusty winds moving in toward West Farmington. Non-severe, which I like, non-severe. Back to our reflectivity. That's where the rain is. Could be a little bit of hail in there. Could be a little bit of hail. Canton, you're going to get your rain here very shortly. And as soon as we get this rain, through Canton, through Dover and Philly, I think, the rest of the area, there could be a strong cell there, but our severe weather threat is diminishing rapidly. Rapidly. And I thank you all for joining me on a Saturday afternoon at 2:15 p.m. I got to go get a haircut here in about 15 minutes. So, but this is great timing because in 15 minutes, most of these storms are going to be out of the viewing area. Out of the viewing area, the 3 News viewing area. And by the way, it's been a wonderfully warm vacation. Mary and I have gotten some things done. And I'll be back to work on Monday. Back to work on Monday. And if you want, I would be willing to do another little live for you tomorrow right here. If you'd like, you have to let me know with a thumbs up or a yes or whatever. Is it going to hit northern part of Carroll County? I think so. Yeah, that little kidney bean shape down there into the Coshocton area now. It's a strong cell. There's no warning on it. Hi, Marie. Glad to have you here. Are we supposed to get any more rain in Madison after this? Yes. Yes. You're going to see rain probably through the afternoon and the evening, even a little bit tonight, and then again tomorrow. Chilly rain. You definitely want to know what's coming. I love that. I love that. I think this is awesome. So many of you would support, getting your weather from me no matter where I am, which is fantastic. I love that. I love that. So you want to see tomorrow? So you want me to come on tomorrow? I can do that. Probably early afternoon. And we'll just talk cold and snow tomorrow. Is that what you want? You want me to talk snow? Woo-wee. When that line went through Stowe, I'm almost certain that those winds exceeded 55. Really, Ethan? That's possible. Although measuring on my radar screen here, I think I saw 45. So you think they were a little stronger at ground level? I'm glad you didn't have any damage, did you, Ethan? Oh, no. Listen, if there was an app in my future, it would be all of what you're seeing now. There'd be daily 3 or 4 or 5 times a day updates like this. They'll be live during severe weather. There'd be easy access. But, these are just thoughts. That's all. These are just thoughts. My Channel 3 weather family, they're phenomenal. The whole Channel 3 family is great. No, it's April showers bring May flowers, not snow. Oh, thanks, Marcia. Appreciate you being here. No damage, Ethan. Awesome. But if you did plant out any, tender annuals, I got things in pots out in the driveway garden. I posted on Facebook and Instagram yesterday, my driveway garden. Most of those are cold weather crops. What isn't a cold weather crop has to come in. Has to come into the garage for a few days, unfortunately. One of my friends has an app. Yeah. Love that. Okay, so there's your showers and thunderstorms now moving through. We're going to keep this going in motion, stretching all the way from southern Ashtabula County, even up into Ashtabula, Kingsville, Conneaut, getting some rain. The storm threat is by Cleveland. That's great news. Akron, I think you're out of the severe weather threat in Akron. I do. I do. Canton, you're now starting to get your showers and storms. So far, so good. Nothing severe. We're in the slight risk for severe thunderstorms for the next couple of hours. But as this main line moves through that you're seeing in the middle of your screen, that's the severe weather threat. Once that's by, then the severe weather threat is done. Got this little kidney bean storm down moving into Coshocton County. It's going to move right up toward Dover, New Philly. But so far, there's nothing on it that would tell me that we have a severe weather issue. Now, what I can do with that, okay, real quick, is we can go to our Pittsburgh radar real fast and see about bringing home. Come on. I'm trying to click on it. That doesn't want to load. That's fine. This computer program takes a lot of juice. A lot of juice. And a lot of memory. Anyway, I can go back to the Cleveland radar and see what we see aloft. This is shooting up about 6,000 feet. Right in here. Is it going to load? It's going to try and load the velocity. There it is. So, you know, the storm near Coshocton right now, Conesville there, I can zoom on in. And remember, these wind speeds are not at the surface. They're 54, 53, 55. Okay, I mean, this is aloft, not at the ground level. All right, there's still some strong winds in there. It's a strong thunderstorm. At this time, I don't think it's severe. And where is it headed? It's headed right up toward, I would say it's moving up toward Junaid Hutton. Yeah, it's moving right up toward Dover, New Philly there. You can see it. You can see the movement. It's pointed right toward Dover, New Philly, right in there. So it is moving up towards central Tuscarawas County, Dover, that area there. And we'll watch it. We'll continue to watch. There it is. There it is. Storm's up into the Canton area now. Let me know what weather you're getting in Canton. Let me know if you're living in Trumbull County, Portage County, what kind of weather you're getting. Just leave a comment. How about Ashtabula County? What kind of weather? It's raining here in Lake County. It's pretty steady, moderate rain. You can see those yellows behind the main line. Even Cleveland's getting light rain. Medina, getting some moderate rain, non-severe. Canton, this is your chance. This is the leading edge of the thundery weather. If there's going to be severe storms, it would be right here along this line. And so far, nothing. These aren't strong enough to produce severe weather. You've just got some heavy rain, some lightning. And once that goes by, the severe weather threat is done. But behind that, you still have more rain. Behind that, you still have more rain. I'm going to turn off the mesoscale discussion. There it is. Turn off the convective outlooks. And I think we're going to bring in... What do I want to bring in? I want to show the temps again because I really want you to see the, sorry. I want you to see the temps. Let's turn that on. It's going to have to load. I'm going to let it load and see what the temps are doing in the rain. I think they're cooling off. Okay, the temps are popping on here. So you can see we got a 61 in Cleveland. It's down to 59 in, that would be toward Mentor. 63 in Oberlin. So the front is not by yet. The front, you got to go out here. See those 50s now? Toledo, 50 in Wauseon, 46 in southern lower Michigan. That's the chill that's coming in this evening. So if you draw the cold front's right here. 64 near Sandusky, but 50s near Toledo. So your cold front is now lining up along Interstate 75. That's what the That's what's happening, okay? So let me throw on the temps now. So here's where you have your warmest temps. So you got 77 at Youngstown Vienna Airport. You got 81 in Pittsburgh. You got 79 in Dover, New Philly. But as soon as the rain starts, you drop those temps down into the 60s, as you can see. And then Mansfield's down to 61, 63 in Lorraine, Elyria. And there's your front. Kaboom! You can absolutely see where the cold front is. That I-75 corridor. There's the cold front. And all of that 40-degree temperature stuff, that's coming your way. So we get 3 days of chill and cold and frost and freeze and maybe snowflakes. It's April. April can be warm, but it can easily be cold, even into early May. Even into early May. So I threw the temperatures up there for us to show. So where's the best chance for a severe storm? It's where the temps are warmest. That's where the most instability is. So right up here at Youngstown Vienna Airport, you're at 77. You're at 79, Dover, New Philly. Canton, the Akron-Canton airport's dropped to 64. So your severe weather threat's going away. We're watching that cell in Coshocton County. That's going to slide up into the Dover, New Philly area. I think that's our best shot at a severe storm. And, you know, right now, I'm not real impressed with it. These strong cells here moving in toward Andover. So far, we're not seeing anything crazy on that. Let's stop this and let's go back and make sure we're not getting any winds. So here's our velocity. We're going to wait for that. Ooh, okay. What do we see here? I'm going to turn on the storm relative velocity. See what we have. Okay. Yeah, this thing's what we call a supercell thunderstorm, a mesocyclone. That just means it's slowly spinning. There's no tornadoes in it or anything, but it's a mature mesocyclone. So it's just slowly spinning around, and the winds kind of show that. So here's where we have our strongest winds. And if we put a measurement on them, we're still in that 40 plus mile an hour range, 43. Look at the temp, 76.2, 43.4 mile per hour, 40 miles per hour. This says 56 right on the edge, but that could be some anomalous data. 51. This says 48. I mean, there could be some strong wind gusts here. Yeah, absolutely. Could be some strong wind gusts. We'll see. They're right on the leading edge. I'm wondering if there's anyone out in Ashtabula County or Trumbull County, Andover, Cortland, or Warren, raise your hand if you're there right now. And if you're looking west, do you see a shelf cloud coming your way? I'm curious. Do you see a shelf cloud right here along the leading edge? I bet, especially right in here, I bet you there's a shelf cloud. That little wedge of clouds that looks ominous coming your way, it's kind of hanging down. Looks like a shelf. Right? It's a condensation cloud that tells you you've got strong winds. Ooh, starting to get some more strong winds right there. Right there in the pink. See my cursor? Right in there. I'm wondering. I wonder how I can make my cursor bigger. I'd like to see my cursor get bigger, so that you would all Flat line cursor text. Yeah, we got that. That's what I want. I just kind of want the cursor to be a little bit bigger so you could all see it. Anyway, we'll work on that when we're off air. So there you have some stronger winds right in there. That's up by Mosquito Lake, Andover. You got your fingers crossed. Okay, let's see. Just had a heavy downpour in Monroe Township, but it's dark again and rain picking up. Yep, absolutely. That's up by Mosquito Lake. Yeah, absolutely right. Shelf cloud in Williamsfield. Perfect. Linda, awesome. Is Akron finished? You're not finished with the rain, but you're finished with the severe weather threat. Good question. So we have confirmed reports of a shelf cloud around Williamsfield, which is in southern Ashtabula County. Okay, and these are the wind speeds here. So I can actually put this into motion. You can see these brighter pinks right on the leading edge. There could easily be a gust of 50 miles per hour right in here. Absolutely could. And I think there's a nice shelf cloud right on the leading edge there. And we have that confirmed from Williamsfield, okay, which is southern Ashtabula County right in here. Route 11, 193, 322, that area there. There's got to be a shelf cloud in there, just outside of Orwell. Okay, so there is a shelf cloud. This is an ominous strong thunderstorm. Strong, not severe. Strong. It's almost out of the area. And we'll slide down to Canton and see what kind of winds we're getting there. We're getting some gusts above 30. That's really about it. How many of you in Canton right now? How many of you are in Canton right now? Winds are not particularly strong. Okay. It's my buddy Tyler Berry, storm chaser extraordinaire. Tyler, I bet you wish you were in Illinois and Wisconsin last night, right? In Minnesota, with all of those tornado-warned storms and touchdowns. Wow. There were a ton of them up there. We are so fortunate that this system didn't slow down like 3 hours, because then we would be in an absolute severe weather scenario that we wouldn't want to be in. Okay, Angie, Ashtabula, a mile from the lake's got light rain. Massillon, excellent. What kind of rain and what kind of weather in Massillon? How are the winds, Heather? How are the winds? Kim in North Canton, tell me what's going on. Right now it looks like light rain and some just breezy conditions. I think the squall line is basically moving by you, okay? Same for Heather. Let me know what kind of weather you're seeing there. We'll go back to the reflectivity. This is the velocity. This is the velocity. Okay. It's going up here. There's still that strong leading edge. And they just issued a new, basically a new special weather statement for wind gusts of 50 miles per hour, as this is getting ready to move into western Pennsylvania. So the leading edge wind gusts right here, 40 plus, maybe close to 50, traveling over the Route 11 corridor now. We have confirmation from a nice viewer in Williamsfield that we did have a shelf cloud on that. Tyler, your temperatures in Youngstown, I mean, you're at 77 to 80 degrees. I mean, you've got the juice, and it looks like the Cape right now is still at 12 to 1500, but, you know, something's missing. Again, I think it's the timing. It's only 2:30. I think if this, you know, I think it's the timing. You had the decayed, you know, clouds and outflow boundaries from yesterday's storms in Indiana and Illinois come through this morning and stabilize things. But you still got some good Cape. It's just they're going to go over to Pittsburgh and blow up. You watch. Got it. Thanks. Okay, these are moving into Dover, New Philly right now. Moving into Dover, New Philly, non-severe. There's that little cell that was that kidney bean shape moving over Coshocton now. And again, all the storms that are south of it here are kind of helping to steal a lot of its energy. So it is a supercell thunderstorm, but it's kind of getting bumped into by other storms. So I am not seeing a severe thunderstorm for the Dover, New Philly area, even for Carroll County. I'm really not. The Canton storms, looks like we got a little meso low, Tyler, right over here toward Newark. That little meso low there, it's riding up the line. You see it? You see it on the radar? What do I mean by meso low? Well, I mean it's kind of a you know, a comma right in here. So I think there's a meso low right in there, and that's sliding northeast. So if there is a meso low, I mean, that could keep some of these storms from Zanesville to Dover, New Philly strong. But my hunch is any severe weather is close to the Ohio River, Youngstown, western Pennsylvania. That looks like a meso low. What do you think? Definitely a shelf cloud coming into Warren. Awesome. That's what my storm chaser friend Tyler says. Definitely a shelf cloud coming into Warren. So I think there's a little meso low there, and that could help some of these storms stay crazy for a little while longer. All right, I'm going to get rid of that. But so far, no severe weather. Whoop. Get rid of that. Control T. That's out. So storms are pushing into western Pennsylvania, non-severe, moving into the Youngstown area. You got some storms over Canton. You can see the cold front. You can see the 50s and the 40s back in western Ohio. And that's coming your way tonight. Get ready. Get ready. Columbus already down into the lower 60s with some rain. The actual front, again, you can see where the front is right there. Kaboom. Little meso low just coming out of Columbus, which will keep some of these storms out ahead of it. Zanesville to Dover, New Philly on the strong side. Carroll County, you're going to have a strong cell. You're not going to have a severe cell. I really don't think so. We'll see. Anyway, it's about time for me to do a little run-in. The severe weather threat is by Akron. It's by Cleveland. It's moving east of Canton now. Youngstown, you got a shot at a strong cell, but right now I don't see anything upstream from the Youngstown area that would suggest to me that we got a super amount. Look at these little meso lows. Tyler, are you still there? We've got these little meso lows riding through this. These little tiny areas of low pressure. There's one right there, and there's one down here. So that's why those storms are, they're still pretty feisty. So there's a little area of low pressure there, and there's a little area here. These are just discrete little areas of low pressure that are riding along out ahead of the cold front and stirring up these thunderstorms. Pretty interesting stuff. Pretty interesting stuff. Now, Tyler says, I do have a view of a shelf cloud in Canfield. Folks, this is why you love this stream. Tyler Berry is one of the best storm chasers in the country, and he lives right here in Northern Ohio. So not only does he chase tornadoes out in the plains, he's a big time chaser, but he chases and observes weather right here, and he comes on this feed, and we talk. And there will be times during major severe weather outbreaks, I'm going to invite him on. And I don't know if I can do it now. I don't know if Tyler wants to come on now or not. I'm just going to copy that real quick. And Tyler, I'm not sure where I can get you on here. I'm going to try. I don't think I can do that right now. So he does have a view of the shelf cloud. Yeah, not at the moment. Got it. No worries. I got to set that up. Next time we're out and about doing severe weather in Northern Ohio and you want to come on, we'll put you on and we'll have a blast. Yep. Next setup, let's do it. 100%. Anyway, I've got to get going here. I'm pretty confident. Now, we do have a brand new special weather statement here just to the north of Youngstown. Okay. Just to the north of Youngstown there. That's into Trumbull County for 50-mile-an-hour potential wind gusts. You've got Craig Beach. There was somebody here from Craig Beach who asked about Craig Beach. You've got a strong thunderstorm moving up into Craig Beach with 40-plus-mile-an-hour wind gusts, probably closer to 50. And one more quick look at our winds before I have to go. It's going to load. It's going to load. There it is. Oh, yeah, we got some stronger winds blowing right along I-76 and headed right into Craig Beach. Got some stronger, brighter reds right there. See those? And a quick little measurement, 30. Yeah, getting stronger too. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. One last look. I don't think this is going to be the big severe weather event for anyone in particular, especially most of the viewing area. I do want you all to prepare for the cold weather that's coming in beginning tonight. Prepare for frost and freeze warnings for Monday morning and Tuesday morning. If you have any tender annual hanging baskets that are outside, you're going to have to bring those in. If you planted a tomato plant in the ground or a petunia, you're going to have to cover it or you're going to lose it. Sorry about that. But the severe weather threat now minimal, especially Cleveland to Akron, Canton. I think we're pretty good out of the woods. If there's going to be severe weather, it's most likely going to be from Youngstown down to Steubenville and into Western Pennsylvania. So I'm going to sign off today. I'm going to say thank you all for being here. I appreciate you. I'm grateful for you, and you are the best. Thanks for liking, following, and sharing, and all your great comments. We'll do this again tomorrow, and we'll talk snow and cold. In the meantime, have a great Sunday. It's going to be wet. Take the coats if you're going out and about. See you tomorrow.